Hello, it's Friday, June 24th. So surgery was on Wednesday. When we got out of dialysis, they called us and said that we could come in a couple hours earlier.
Thankfully, because he had to stop eating at 6:30 in the morning. And who does not want to eat all day?
Right.
Or any part of the day.
So she couldn't eat it. We were gonna have some food after.
Yeah, I mean,
we had like a half-hour window for her to eat.
No, to have liquids, and then have only Pedialyte, like anesthesia-approved liquids only until like after 2 or after noon or something. So it's not fun, but
yeah.
Thankfully it was moved up, and that's awesome.
Yeah. So we were able to go right to the hospital and just start getting checked in. And so her actual surgery was like, it was supposed to be at 4. It ended up being at like 2 something. We checked in at like 12:30. So it worked out really good, not having to wait around for like 3 hours before checking in. The funny thing about that was the reason she got pushed up is because some other younger kid
tested for
had
COVID
the same
too.
thing, tested for COVID, so we got pushed up.
Yeah. So, but it was really went really well with anesthesia and everything, which is always a worry too. But it was really good. She had cherry flavor. She picked. So it was nice.
Cherry flavor for the gas.
The gas, yeah. So
Who knew you could do that? I don't know.
But it was only about 45 or an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Hour and a half was the surgery total. So it was nice, and they called us, just letting us know at the end, when she was finished, and that she was, they're bringing her to the next room, and it was really nice. I mean, communication is wonderful from Lurie, so
yeah.
So it was nice. Then we met her in that next room after the surgery, and
yeah, we talked to the surgeon beforehand. The surgeon said that everything went well, and as far as she's concerned, everything that should have went well did. She realized that Piper's skin is a little bit sensitive, so like they couldn't get some of the iodine off, or and then so there's 2 incisions on each side of her stomach and then under her belly button, and a tube comes out of the side. Is it her left side?
Out of her right side.
Right side.
And
so right now that just kind of hangs there. But as far as the surgery going well, it did. She came out of recovery and she was okay. She took her a little bit to get out of her anesthesia, but we were in the recovery area for a couple hours.
Yeah, just waiting for a room.
So she was able to just relax there.
But I mean, so even also beforehand, the surgeon did let us know of things that would happen. She had to fill her belly up. She had to put a little bag in her belly to blow up with air, to obviously blow her belly up with air to see in there, what they're doing. So, but just certain things like Piper would feel a referral pain on her right shoulder, which she did feel. She was feeling when she was standing up and, just going to the bathroom and whatnot. But, I mean, they told us all of this, but she was feeling it,
so we got up to the room, and, the night went well. Once we were in, she was in bed, she laid in bed, she slept good, as far as we know. I mean, they wake her up every 4 hours just to check things, but they're pretty quiet about it.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything invasive to really check, just regular vitals and stuff, but they gave her the regular medications that we normally would, and so we got up the next day. The next day was good. We met with all the nephrologists, and you met with the doctors as their morning rounds are about 9 o'clock in the morning or something. You went out there and talked with them.
So I
pretty much heard that was all kind of the stuff that we already. They basically make their rounds and they talk about, here's Piper. She was diagnosed with lupus, and go through what she's being medicated for, and just a rundown of her condition.
Next day, she's, of course, just feeling it, the stitches, what she was feeling, the pain, of course, and besides a tube hanging out of your belly, but, and then they had the first flush of putting the solution inside, going inside of her stomach, flushing it out. And man, that was a shocker too, just for her, just that first, feeling
since
of
the tube is clear, you can see it go in, and like right when it went in, she was like
I can't even imagine, this
sensation.
She can't feel it inside. And I was asking her that too. It was just, I don't know, she can't describe it, the feeling, but
right.
So that was a shocker, and of course it's going to get better. That's what she was, of course, worried about, as we were too. Just, how's it supposed to be better if she was feeling this pain? But of course it's the first time, so she's going to get better with that, and her stomach's going to get used to it. And this is going to be so much better for her, and just to help get even more fluids off. But so after the flush, it was great. We just, she handled it well, they said. And her wounds look really well, even though her skin is so sensitive to everything, even the glue they put on the stitches. But it looks all really good. And so, yeah, we were able to go home. And, I didn't have a cesarean. I had a natural birth. So I don't even know. I guess that'd be the thinking of that feeling of everything being cut open there, and she didn't have that all the way across, of course.
Like I said, the 3 incisions.
But just that, like,
but
in your stomach,
tube going through there, like there's tubes going in her stomach and then out of it.
Yeah, it's wild.
But she also had an echograph yesterday. It was kind of a routine thing. That's just to look at the heart. Everything looks good on that too.
Yeah, so, it's interesting.
Coming to after the flush, then they're like, all right, everything went well. It flowed in right. It flew out good. So they're like, all right, you guys can go. So we got discharged. That took a couple hours. I think we got out of there around 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And going to the car was painful for Piper. It was, you could just see it on her face. It was not a good time walking to the car.
Yeah.
But, and the ride home wasn't good. I mean, just pain-wise, because she's shaking around. She's been used to laying in a nice cocoon on the bed and be comfortable, and now it's like, okay, now let's walk to the car. Now let's be in a car ride that's, bumpy. And luckily there wasn't much traffic or anything, but she stayed. She didn't go upstairs to her room. She stayed downstairs.
Me and her slept on the couch
because she wanted to be comfortable. She did not want to come to the dialysis today. No. It's very painful for her. It's really hard to see her like this, but it's all understandable, and it's all for the better good. So. And
it's I keep asking her, and she's probably annoyed with me as it is, but as far as the pain, it's the stitches on the outside that, of course, are like the painful part. It's nothing inside that's hurting her. It's just, of course, your stomach was opened up multiple spots, and
right. And her skin is sensitive, so she's got 3 spots in the main spot that you move that are stitched up.
So, but it's just gonna get better, and all of you who had a cesarean, you got to move. Anybody who's gotten cut in their stomach or anywhere, I guess, you just got to move. Slowly get your body moving and going, and that's what she's got to do.
We were able to, when she got home, give her, and I think, and that was the window that we were being discharged, that she didn't have like a Tylenol. Like, she should have had a Tylenol or something before we left, or like an hour before we left. It just didn't happen. She was just, you ask her what her pain level was in the hospital, she's like, oh, it's like 3,
Yeah,
but then, she starts moving it around, and it gets worse, and so she didn't really have anything for pain on the way home.
But they did give us some good drugs for her, at least at home too, just at nighttime.
She's got an oxycodone. They gave us 4 of those, so when we got home we were able to give her one of those. Hopefully it seemed like it kicked in.
It did help her.
It helped her be relaxed.
To watch the Umbrella Academy's music.
Yeah. But from here, this is all for the better good. It's really rough for her just because she's got tubes coming out here. She's got a tube coming out of her stomach. It's frustrating. But right now we've focused on the peritoneal life, and that's going to be involving equipment being in her room, and we're already talking about what we can do to just make her room not look like a hospital room.
Yeah.
Try to have all her, mainly it's going to be big bags of fluid and tubes and a piece of equipment that looks like an old school printer,
Yeah.
like a desktop printer, a little wider, but we're going to try to rearrange the room and just make it not be like a hospital.
Yeah.
Try to make her life a little better. But yeah, that's where we're at now.
Yeah. And now then too, I mean, we're gonna, when this heals, you know, we'll go to just the PD dialysis and not coming here for the hemo. And then this will, all the hemo and everything will get taken out too, into, you know, hopefully another month, 2 months.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can't really
Apparently
put a time
that'll
on
be
it.
taken out when this is working and functioning for, you know, they say, let's say a week.
Yeah.
And apparently getting the other one out isn't like a major thing. It's
Just taken out. I mean, it's another like outpatient
what's
taken
an
out
IR? It's like, oh, it'll be an IR, not an OR, whatever that is. I think she'll
We
just
just
maybe
nod.
be sedated and then
look it up later.
I believe you can just you pull it out much easier than putting it in.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, babies rip it out over here sometimes.
No, the nurse over here said that somebody took it out themselves at home. She's like,
Oh,
please
yeah,
don't
that
do
too.
that. But
Oh,
yeah,
shoot.
apparently it can't be that big of a deal. I mean, because you can see it, the tube
It's
that
a
goes in your
freaking
vein.
hole.
She's like, so it's mostly about the compression and stopping any bleeding. But no, we won't be taking that out at home.
No. So, all right. Well, until then, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, love you guys. Thank you.
Bye, thank you.
Bye.